Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brendan, also known as Branmatt, and welcome back for yet another StarCraft II replay. Today we have two players I've actually casted before, but Arium I've actually casted not too long ago. He is the 14-year-old Grandmasters player, as he's pointing out here. This replay is actually from a little while ago. It isn't too recent, but it's not too old either. I got another replay of him because I was looking for a replay of EGiNcontrol, who I have not casted in a long time. The last time I casted him was actually when he did EGiNcontrol versus, it was Combat X, and that whole best of 5 thing that they had going on. And I casted that, and that's the last time I actually casted him. So I figured I would do it again. And happens that Arium was in the replay again. So spawning up here in the top right hand corner of the map as the red protoss player will be Arium. He is, I actually believe, on Root, and he goes under Root Academy, which isn't exactly their pro league, but it is like the up and coming players that are part of the team that one day could like become a part of the pro league, but they're just training right now, honing in their skills and everything like that. So we have Arium up here, and then in the only other spawn location here on the map, Neo Planet SLE, is the blue Protoss player, is EGiNcontrol, like I said earlier. And again, I haven't casted EGiNcontrol for a really long time. I've been watching him, checking out his live stream every now and then, and seeing him in tournaments, but again, I just haven't casted him in a while. So both players, it's going to be a PvP, obviously. We have both players opening with this double cast opening, as well as having their gateways just finishing up now. Arium, we did see, started his gateway slightly after EGiNcontrol had started his, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem here. It isn't anything that would throw off the builds too much. EGiNcontrol popping up here into the base very early on. Arium is going to put 2 miners or 2 probes into each one of these gases, wants to start mining some gas, but doesn't want to overextend his probe count. Meanwhile, EGiNcontrol has 3 and 2. There we go, 3 and 3. So he's going a lot more. He's going for a lot more gas production early on here. 2 and 2 here. This is essentially what you do if you need a lot of gas, but you don't want to overextend, because often you'll need a lot of minerals as well, especially if you're going something like early void rays or something like this. You'll still need the minerals, so you don't want to overextend on gases. So rather than just having 3 mining, you can actually have 4 mining by just having both of these gases. So you have that 1 extra probe, which can equal a lot of extra gas in the long run. Whereas EGiNcontrol isn't being that reserved in terms of minerals. He's actually just going straight ahead here and going for all 6 probes mining there on these gases. So it looks like he wants to build up as much gas as possible. He actually has his mothership core finishing up here, popping out here, as we saw. Arium was doing a little bit of harassment here and there. And warp gate research coming out for Arium now as well. He'll be getting a stalker. Doesn't look like he's getting a mothership core just yet. He does have 2 gateways though. We'll have to see what he does with those. Again, EGiNcontrol just sitting at that 1 gateway right now, building up quite a bit of gas. If we look down here, he has 100 gas. He did use quite a bit of that gas up right away on the Stalker and the Mothership Core, which will both just be waiting out here. So I wonder if he's going for an early expansion, or if he's just, who knows, maybe he's just sitting out there to defend the base. But it is a possibility that he'll get an early expansion, and right there actually we see EGiNcontrol throw down that expansion, so it does look like he'll be going for that expansion. Spots the probe here from Arium. That probe will have to pull out. Now the Stalker, that was a really good spot by EGiNcontrol. Immediately spotting that, doesn't want to have any sort of proxy pylons thrown down. Doesn't look like he'll be able to catch up just yet. Might be able to get off the probe kill there. Only has 4 health left. If we check over here in Arium's base though, he is getting a Stargate and an additional gateway, so he will have 3 gates and 1 Stargate. Arium has a Stalker of his own headed across the map here. It does look like that probe was actually killed off, and Arium is pushing ahead, full pressure now. He actually has 2 additional Stalkers and a Mothership Core coming along now. So if we look in the unit count, we'll see 3 Stalkers and 1 Mothership Core compared to 1 Sentry, a Stalker, and a Mothership Core. This is definitely in Arium's favor. Now the big thing here is EGiNcontrol has that base here. That can soak up quite a bit of damage here. Arium will probably focus on that for a little bit. That'll buy him a little bit of extra time. EGiNcontrol almost losing that Mothership Core. Again, very weak unit. Throwing down a force field right away, so he'll be able to defend off again against that, but Nexus here, will it be canceled? It does not look like he actually opts to cancel it. He wants to keep that base alive as long as possible. dealing as much damage as possible. Arium actually gets that pylon thrown down here, and it looks like he might lose his Nexus, which he definitely cannot do. If he loses the Nexus this early on, it can be massive damage to EGiNcontrol's economy. That's 400 minerals that he throws down. The base hasn't even paid for itself yet, hasn't had any probes mining on it, which will be an absolutely massive loss. So Arium is just building up his forces outside of the base here, getting additional stalkers warped in. Hasn't done much with the Stargate just yet. It looks like there is an Oracle, but that's all I see. He hasn't opted to go with any Void Rays or anything like that yet. He'll be able to pull this Oracle into the back here, probably cause quite a bit of probe damage. Oracles do very good amount of damage here on these probes, and we'll actually probably be able to get quite a few of them killed off there. Meanwhile, Arium's building up these forces again here at the front, might be able to even push in the front here. Now, we did see that Immortal, which is down here now for EGiNcontrol. That'll be able to deal out a lot of damage to these Stalkers, but will it be able to deal enough? And that's the big question right now. These Stalkers will be able to easily clean up that first Immortal. Second Immortal is along the way now for EGiNcontrol, throwing down as many force fields as possible. He does not want to lose this game this early on, let alone that Nexus. And it looks like Arium just straight up has way too many Stalkers, dealing out a ton of damage. Again, the Immortal goes down very quickly. Arium is now even using his Oracle as an offensive unit. Goes ahead, kills off quite a few units here for EGiNcontrol. EGiNcontrol has nothing much he can do. He's just targeting down the weak units, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to defend off too well unless he gets a lot of good micro in. Arium warping in 3 additional Stalkers, actually getting the kill off on the Mothership Core, so neither player has their Mothership Core at this point. It's a 3 gates, and it looks like EGiNcontrol opts to GG. So congratulations to Arium for winning the game. It was just that super aggressive play. And again, the big thing here for Arium is he was able to deal out so much damage to the Nexus. Didn't actually kill it off, but if the game would have continued, I have no doubt in my mind that Arium would have killed that off. And essentially, you cannot lose a base like that. He didn't even mine 400 minerals from it yet, which would have had at least paid off the base, or would have paid for itself. But the base just dies off massively quickly if the game would have continued, and that would have just been a massive waste of minerals. EGiNcontrol opting to not cancel it, tried to save it, but just Arium built up too big of a force here, only producing 1 unit out of that Stargate, but the Oracle able to get off quite a few kills here. If we actually look in the workers killed, that was 13 workers killed for Arium. So just like no doubt there that a ton of economic damage was dealt by that one Oracle, and then again Arium having this big force constantly putting on pressure. Even with the Mortals, it was a very weak force for EGiNcontrol. So congratulations to Arium for winning this game. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. You'll see that I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so subscribe for new content every one of those 3 days of the week. Also, be sure to like the video, maybe even favorite, and leave your comment down below with your feedback on the video and even what you think about the game and what could have been done differently. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.